Well, here we are. I think I'd like to start into a second volume instead of, expanding upon the first 33 videos of the history of propaganda. Because, that's about like 30 or more hours worth of video time there. And I'm out here, we're getting into, well, near the end of February. Spring is coming. And he's being adventurous again. Stop that. You're gonna fall in again. Yeah, that was hilarious the first time, wasn't it? Ha ha ha, you sense of humor, do you? It wasn't funny. Anyways, I'm standing here with the 30 pounds on my back right now. So, getting into the second volume, I really like to touch on the continuing themes of erasure and rewriting of history for the advantage of specific groups. And specifically right now, as it is in 2023 and for the past 20 years, the LGBTQ and minority interests at the price of our own culture, which, people think that we don't have any, but this is completely untrue. And by me standing out here, I'm extolling one of the proponents, which is an outdoorsman, or at least physical activity. This used to be a thing within Canada before parenting became very soft and very much helicopter style instead of the more laissez-faire and independent style of parenting that I was raised with. Now, naturally, a lot of you look at me like I'm a grandpa because, as you know, I've been on the internet since 1997, and I've observed every permutation of personalities there is, and I've suffered, through my own willingness to please the dark triad personalities that take advantage of you. Now, stay out of the pond, would you? Stop that. And there's this anti-family, anti-children, human extinction league bullshit. Let's put it like that. I really don't care if this is within the first few minutes, because I'm not even talking to anyone specifically. I'm just hoping that one of my 20 subscribers at this very moment actually listens to any of this. And I know that that's not the true number, because the amount of hashtags that I use and the amount of views is not true. And that's just how YouTube works, right? That's how they want to take advantage of you. So as far as the other things that I touched upon in the previous volume, because I'll stick with the 33, because when it comes to leadership, you can only manage about 30 people at a time effectively, and then you just lose touch. The popularity contest of social media that started with, say MySpace or whatnot, or in my case DeviantArt, so the number of followers that you have equals to self-confidence. But this, or this is total wacko. It's total wacko. It's not something that your follower count and the amount of money that you make is no reason to be happy, or should be the basis of happiness. I'm not going to say I'm superior in this regard, because I basically still have nothing, and I'm between a rock and a hard place. Yeah. Alright, where was I? So yeah, naturally being out here, I get visitors sometimes. That's fine. But it's very hard to keep a train of thought. Now, where was I? One of the other things that, okay, so what was I talking about? Whatever. I'll just move on, because, I'm very much concerned with, psychotic behavior within women and weak men, that don't say anything, that don't do anything, and they just commit suicide instead, which is, very much concerning, because we need people need people to have families, right? This population, overpopulation bullshit is not supported, as demonstrated with some of the facts and figures in the previous volume of History of Propaganda, with the fact that, you know, Immigration Canada under Trudeau government, the Trudeau Liberals and Jagmeet Singh have brought in so many people from middle of Asia, and you know, I'm not happy about that. You know, the fact that there's 25% of the population within Canada that's going to be Indian. I'm sorry, guys. You know, it's not cool. I really don't like that. You know, the native population and ourselves would be basically replaced within 3 generations. You know, and then okay, touching on other themes for previous videos. You know, I have a neighbor a couple doors down that has 7 children that is from elsewhere that I don't approve of, because here I am as a single man. You know, and I'm not an agreeable person. I'm not a nice person. I don't want to be a nice person. You know, it doesn't get you anywhere if you don't stand up for yourself, and if you don't do anything about your problems. And so I'm seeing this thing about one of these Twitch streamers that committed suicide a couple of years ago, and I'm just, you know, I'm really angry about this stuff. I'm really angry. You know, the fact that the man had a girlfriend, and here I am. You know, what's that, Zoe? Some sort of squirrel. Frozen squirrel. The fact that the man had a girlfriend and he had a lot of attention, and he was worried about his money, and yet he didn't follow through. You know, not to critique the person too much, but you need to look out for yourself in other ways instead of just being in front of the internet and watching videos on YouTube all the friggin' time. You know, okay? Grandpa of the internet, this is what I gotta say to you. And you know, again, being outside. This is part of Canadian culture and a lot of Northern European culture. Because what else are you gonna do? You're gonna sit inside all winter long? The hell with that. I'm just not interested. You know, dog's gotta exercise, I gotta exercise. You need that dopamine increase. You need that cold exposure. There's so many lessons to be learned by just being outside, right, and being out in public. You know, and coming back from the COVID-itis, so to speak. And you know, okay, so what was I talking about? The differences in parenting styles. You know, when you coddle your child, Zoe, stop it. Stop that. Or a dog, for the matter. They don't learn on their own, right? Because a dog is like a toddler. Yeah. Yeah, you're having fun, are you? Hey, you want to come in front of the camera? Come here. This dog's 13 years old. That's right. Yeah, chomp chomp. Chomp chomp chomp. It's very animated. That's right. Just like me, eh? Cartoon character. Yeah. Yeah. What are you thinking? You had enough? So what was I saying? Yeah, we'll go on with, continue on with the erasure of history through Wikipedia and domination through female emotional manipulation and weak men. That leads to the erasure of history and the continuance of propaganda.